Before this spring's calving season begins, I think it's a good idea to refresh our memories as to what's going to take place during a normal calving when everything turns out okay. Let's remember that calving is basically broken down into 3 different stages. Stage 1 occurs anywhere from about 4 hours to 24 hours before stage 2, when actual calving takes place, and that's the length of time that stage 1 could last. What's going on in stage 1? Well, from a physiological standpoint, the most important item is the dilation of the cervix, and that's in response to some hormonal changes taking place in the cow that allow for the relaxation of the cervix and begin the contractions then that lead on into stage 2. What you'll see in stage 1, of course, are some behavioral changes in the cow. That's when she might isolate herself, begin to walk along the fence, perhaps twitch her tail, sometimes kick at her belly. And that's a good indication that stage 1 is taking place. Stage 2, that's where all the real action is. Stage 2 begins when we first see the appearance of a water bag or baby calf's feet. And stage 2 is over when the calf is actually physically delivered and completely on the ground. During stage 2, the length of time is very, very important. You know, for years we talked about this could be 2 to 4 hours. Well, data coming from both Montana and here at Oklahoma State has shown us that if this is going to happen in a normal, healthy fashion, stage 2 is actually shorter than that. In the case of the mature cow, the cow that's had calves before, stage 2 ought to last only about a half of an hour. The data would say on an average 22 minutes. In the case of the heifer that's having her first calf, that 2-year-old, she has to, of course, stretch some ligaments, open the pelvic canal a little bit more. This takes longer, and on average, stage 2 of a first calf heifer is going to take close to an hour. The data from the 2 experiment stations actually comes out to about 55 minutes. Stage 3 is going to be the release of the placenta, the loss of the afterbirth, whatever you'd like to call it. This is going to take place in about 8 to 12 hours in a normal situation. If that placenta is not released and stays with the cow for a longer period of time, we have what we call a retained placenta. And that's when you may want to visit with your local veterinarian about how best to handle that situation. One word of caution: I definitely would discourage producers from getting that cow in and trying to manually remove that placenta. We can do more harm than good by doing that. Visit the veterinarian. They'll probably suggest some antibiotic treatment, and this particular situation can take care of itself in that manner. We think it's a good idea that if you understand all these 3 stages, then you'll be a little better prepared to look for abnormal situations during this calving season and know how to best provide the assistance that could be necessary. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on Sunup's Cow-Calf Corner.